Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye up, bye up. Let's get straight to the intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate all the support, man. I'm very humbled by it. Now, don't think we forgot about you, Jakey the Snakey, because people like me, we don't forget shit, right? Let's keep it pushing. Now, we know Jake Haro, the monster, Jakey the Snakey, has been convicted. That's what we know. He's got 31 years to do in the California prison system in the CDCR. Will he make it the whole 31? Probably not, but he definitely got 31 flavors to choose from. Now, on the other hand, you got Richueca Haro, Willie Lumpbutt, right? And she's sitting her ass in a comfortable ass, lumpy ass bed in the county jail, still fighting the feeling, right? Like a Too Short song. I'll tell you guys this right now. This story has taken more twists and turns than I ever imagined. And it's another twist that's happening as we speak that got me kind of wondering. Okay, got me kind of confused. Usually, and this ain't all the time, it happens every once in a while. But usually when you are sentenced, when you are convicted and sentenced to an amount of time, you usually go to your reception, which in this case for Jake Haro, it would be for Jake Mitchell Haro. Let's get it straight. It would be Wasco Prison, right? But because his crime has been so highlighted in the news, on social media, so many people are talking about it. There's a lot of people talking about he has there's expectations when he gets there, right? He's expected to get there and there's people waiting on him. I don't know if the assassin is waiting for Jake Haro, but one thing I do know is that CDCR is going to do everything they can, right, to maintain the integrity and the safety and security of that institution. Not necessarily for Jake. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. There's a lot of COs in there right now, and even within the administration, they could give a fuck less if a child killer gets bamboozled, okay? If he gets balls in his back, they don't care. That's not their business. He should have thunk about that, not thought about it, but thunk about it, before he should have thunked before he gets plunked. That's it. Okay, he should have ran away from any situation that had him doing what he did to baby Manuel and baby Promise. We're still going to get justice, and justice is going to be dealt out swiftly. But it seems like something's going on with CDCR. It seems like they don't want to accept this man. It seems like they are putting a hold, like in Vogue, on this man in the county jail because he hasn't left yet. Do you guys remember when Cain Velasquez got sentenced? He was on the next thing, yoking, smoking with 4 doors open. He was in Wasco quick. Then he didn't last in Wasco but a month, and the next thing you know, he was on the Chole yard. He was in Soledad prison. And he's very famous. But you got to understand, his crime didn't merit a certain look, right? It didn't. People weren't waiting on him to put hands. Well, people could put hands on him. They couldn't. They just couldn't, right? But his was a whole different situation. He was going to get the red carpet laid out for him. He was going to get handed all kinds of sopas. Orale, you want a super 3? You want a super 3? Like, he was going to get hooked up because he was going in there for a crime of being basically a hero, letting someone have it who did something to his child. And any father could appreciate that. Any man should appreciate that. Women as well. Jake's a whole different story. This man unalived one child and beat the hell out of the other. Children, we're talking about here. Not good. Not cool. You don't get no brownie points for that. Not even on those SMY yards, those 50-50 yards, those integrated yards, those programming yards, those whatever the fuck you want to call them yards. He is not going to get no love, and I thought you knew it. Fool, you're going to find out how they do it. It's going to be all bad for him, and the CDCR knows this. So they're taking their time on receiving Jake Haro. This is a very long time that he's actually been sitting in county jail waiting to be transported. Like I said, I remember taking a conviction, right? I took a deal. I already know. I seen the gang. I seen the writing on the wall, right? I seen the writing on the wall. I knew I was going to fall. I said, fuck that. I pled guilty to it all, right? See, I can rap like Tommy Guns. It's not hard. All you got to do in order to rap like Tommy Guns is just watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and then you'll be right. Eat you some Who hash, and you got it. You're right there. Peak Sloan's finest. Now, when I got sentenced and I took my deal, I was on the chain the next day. The next fucking day, I didn't even get a chance to write my peoples. Shit, I barely got to call some peoples like, hey, guess what? Roll it up. What? Right? Quick. Why? Because I was going to Tracy Prison, which was my reception, to start doing time that I owed the state. Jake Haro has now been convicted for almost a month. It's going on about that, right? And he's still sitting in the county jail. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, well, it's because he's a lifer, and it's because... No. They'll sit your ass in reception for up to a year if you're a lifer. The county jail has nothing to do with that. That process is done. He is done with the county jail, meaning once you are fucking signed off to state prison should take possession of you. You are now a ward of the state. Ward of the state being locked down. Who sings that song? Look, fuck it, I'll tell you, it's a Scary X for those that want to know. He is now a ward of the courts, the states. He's gone, right? But I've never seen someone sit down. Every day I'm looking because I want to bring you guys more content. I want to elaborate onto this story. Excuse me. I'm losing my voice like Jake's going to be losing his ass. I'm trying to figure out. I said ass and almost threw up. I'm trying to figure out at this point right now just why Jake hasn't went anywhere. Why is he privileged? Why is he getting to stay in the county jail all safe and cozy with his bunkie? You know what I'm saying? The dude they call Hamburger Jack. I heard he was settled with a dude they called Hamburger Jack. You know what I'm saying? He was in the back trying to get his Hamburglar on. I don't know exactly what's going on with Jakey the Snakey and Hamburger Jack, but all I know from what I hear is pobrecito. Hey, he's giving off pobrecito vibes. Sucio. Now, he will probably be transferred within the next week because I don't see them going on a second month of holding on to him and letting him stay there while CDCR gets their shit together. There's nothing they could do. Don't fight it, eh? Don't fight it. There's nothing you could do. If there's people waiting on Jake and they want to bamboozle him and do something bad to him, something strange for a piece of change, well, by all means necessary, let them do what they have to do. See, he was a man when he was in that house, lightweight. And I use that term loosely when it comes to Jake the Snake. He was allegedly a man in that household. Oh, he was that man, right? According to Richueca. But he was a man that did horrible things to children. And so now he has to go into a place where no children are allowed or involved. Now there's nothing but other men. And oh man, one man to another man, it's going to be oh bad, oh man, right? So Jake will be leaving to Wasco prison. So what's next? For those that ask, what exactly is going to happen? I can't tell you all the specifics to be Pacific, but one thing I can tell you that's going to happen is he will end up in Wasco prison, or there's a chance he might be transferred out to a different reception just because people are expecting him to go to Wasco because that is the area he's from's reception. So they might try to throw a stick in the spoke and send him somewhere else where they think there will be less conflict. But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter where they send him in the state of California or even out of state. And he's not going to get an out-of-state compact transfer. I'll tell you that right from the gate. They're not going to fucking take it easy on him. There's a lot of children killers that are in prison that get the zoo and the wham every day, right? So what's going to happen to Jake is he's probably more than likely going to pull up to Wasco, which is his reception, within, I'd say, the Folex says in a week or two, right? When he does pull up, there is going to be safety concerns. So he's immediately going to get the option to go to general population, and it's going to be a slight option, or he's going to get the option to go to the SNY yards, the sensitive need yard. And oh, does he have a sensitive need? Okay, you talk about dropouts, you talk about people that left alive, people that got removed, you talk about weirdo activities, you talk about all this is on an SNY yard. There's one common denominator there, not that the dudes that dropped out or the dudes that were involved in the gang politics that got removed, that got, done dirty or whatever. You got a little bit of everything. They're not on the same level as those weirdos, but they are in the same yard. But then again, on the general population, you have some rats and some roaches and some shiesty approaches that just haven't been found out yet that are functioning on those yards. So really, at the end of the day, it's all easy. Take it easy. This side, take it easy, okay? Before you judge people. Some people are just trying to get their lives together. Jake, on the other hand, is going to be a product of a bad environment, and he's going to go into an SNY yard, because I never in my lifetime, never, ever, ever have I seen someone with his type of charges go out into the general population. If he is stupid enough to step foot on a GP yard in the state of California, he's going to get PG'd. Okay? And I'll let you figure out what those letters mean. Fast and swiftly and done. He won't last 24 hours on a general population yard, because everybody knows who he is. Everybody watches social media. Everybody watches the news. And dudes on GP have an understanding, and they're in a situation where they have to act. SNY yard does not. There is no dictation there. There's no loyalty to anyone there. On that type of yard, man, you are your own man, and you could do what you want to do unless you are involved with the sensitive needs yard gang. I don't like calling it PC gang because Vatos get riled up, but a sensitive needs yard gang, meaning a gang that programs on a sensitive needs yard. And there are those, and they do prey upon dudes that have weird charges and dudes that do exactly what Jakey the Snakey did. Okay? Now, what makes Jake different from them is his case was sensationalized, meaning a lot more people know, and there are people I'm sure that are waiting. That doesn't mean he's going to get there and they're going to be like, turn around. You know what I mean? They're not, take it easy. They're not going to do it like that. But he's definitely going to get there, and he's going to have a big target on his back, and he's going to have a target for the next 31 years. Okay? Now, that doesn't automatically mean they're going to jump on him and beat him up, but let me tell you guys a little story. If you guys recall and remember, there was a guy named Danny Master Baderson. Oh, excuse me, Danny Masterson. I got a crazy mind, right? Danny Masterson, who pulled up to Corcoran State Prison to an SNY yard, having an R on his jacket. That vato did not last 1 week. They were pulling his hair in the chow hall. Remember when he was walking to the chair, they snatched his ass up? You know, according to everyone, it was the BBCs. And no, look, the brothers got all happy. It's not those BBCs, bro. And I know you guys be doing it. I see that little Jenny 6ix9ine was doing that with Blueface. That's why Jenny 6ix9ine was doing that. No, there's a gang called Brothers by Choice that are ex-Skins, ex-Woods that go in there and they don't want to be X no more. They want to be the next. And they get stars tattooed all over them, man, and they'll grab you by your hair and throw you. Those are the guys that ran up on Danny Masterson. He did not last a week. Why? Because it was sensationalized and because people were waiting on him and they knew he was coming. And it was kind of like a badge of honor to do something bad to that individual. Well, it's going to be the same thing with Jake. I think within the first 2-3 weeks of his incarceration in state prison, he's going to get into some type of jolly, folly Christmas. He's going to have something's going to happen to him. The Grinch is going to steal his fucking Christmas. Okay? Why? Because of the nature of his crime, what he did to Mijo, our child, baby Manuel, and Promise. With that being said, he don't got nothing coming. Not a fucking can of hoo-hash, right? Oh, he can get hoo-hashed, but he can't eat no hoo-hash. Well, maybe they might put it right there and make him eat it. I don't know. But he's going to probably be segregated, maybe even in an individual cell until they figure out where they're going to send him. And to be totally honest with you, being a lifer is what he is considered, having 25 to life. He's not going to be moved from Wasco immediately. He's going to be placed on the SNY side of Wasco in reception because they have their own units in reception. And from there, right, he will go to an SNY yard. Now, he's going to have there's going to be less of a chance to get at him while he's in reception. Someone might have to catch him slipping on the way to medical. They're going to have to catch him slipping on the way to blood draw. They're going to have to catch him slipping in the showers, slip and slide. I don't know. But to sit here and say that they're just waiting on him like bloodhounds and the assassins are going to get him, probably not. They did not get Danny Masterson in reception, if you recall. He slid through reception, got to his main line. And when I say main line doesn't necessarily mean general population. Main line means main line. It's your mainline prison that you're at. No matter the determination of that yard or whatever name you put on it, that's the linea. That's the main line, right? So when Vato's like, yeah, I paroled off the main line. Oh, is that right? What main line was that? It was Beckerville. Pass! Right? They're on him. I'm going to tell you guys right now. This guy's got 31 years of trouble coming. He is going to be branded in there what exactly he truly is. This is the true get backs. This is the repercussions for being a stupid ass. And he deserves every inch he gets. Because at the end of the day, man, what he did to his own children, not his anymore. We're going to repossess those, right? But what he did to his own flesh and blood, people that had the same blood running through their veins, what he did is unspeakable. He deserves simply the best, right? Simply the best Chiruhu in there that they could find and sell him up with them. But I'm not going to sit here and say, man, everyone should be all happy. It's probably not going to happen. Anyways, back to the gist of this story. I'm tripping out on how long it's actually taking them to remove him from the county jail and put him on that Grey Goose and send him to prison. And I think it has a lot to do with either one of two things. Now, touch me and I'll sue you. Look, one or two things. This is just my theory. Either they don't know exactly where to put him right as at this point because they know that when he gets there, it's going to be all bad. They've been hearing the whispers. Believe me, there's ratas everywhere. GP, SMI, doesn't matter. People writing wheelas all the time to the cops, dropping them off, talking about, hey, when they're about to pull up, these guys are going to get them. Believe me, it happens all the time. 1030s, enemy lists, just all kinds of whatever you guys could think of. You guys think prison, you think vatos with big old rochas on the yard. That was the 70s and the 80s, eh? In the 2000s, things have changed. Motherfuckers will pencil whip you. They're good with the pen and paper. So can I get one of those little rubber pens? Like, they're good with that shit. And you won't even see them hand it off. They be like, pop, 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 pop. Right? They're fucking going to hand it off. Or, and this is what I truly think, we do know that Rachueca Haro, Willie Lumpbutt, does have court in January. Okay? Is there a chance that they're holding fuckboy back, Jakey? So that way he can give up some information so they could put the stamp on Rebecca. Look, he has no reason to do so. And up until this point, he has not admitted nothing other than he's guilty for murder. He has not admitted that Rebecca was involved at any point, right? Even though we all know she's a dum-dum. He hasn't done that yet. So he just might be sitting back, man, telling them everything they need to know. Like simply the best cooperator that they ever had, right? That's going to put the tas on fucking Mugre butt, but we don't know, right? There has to be a reason why it's taking them this long. Like I said, I've never seen it take this long. I'm gonna give it another week or two, and then I'm gonna call bullshit because that man needs to go face the consequences of his actions. You can't be hiding this motherfucker all up in the county jail in some crevice somewhere, right? Because they're scared of what's gonna happen. Hey, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Hey, the CEOs get up out of bed every morning knowing there's a threat to their safety and security. They take their asses to fucking work. Let that dude go to work so they could put in some work because he deserves the worst or the best, depending upon how you want to flip it. And when I say the best of the worst, right? And that's just period. So anyways, I've been really looking into it every day, trying to track if he's moved, if he's been sent anywhere. And to be totally honest with you guys, he has not. He's still residing right there in the county jail. And I'm simply flabbergasted. There's the word of the day, right? That this man has not been transferred yet. Now, this is the type of buzzard luck Gun got. I got buzzard luck, right? By the time I shoot this video out, he's going to be transferred today. I just, you know what I mean? It's just, they're going to be like, damn, Gun, he's already over there in Centinela. What? Right? It's just how it is. But we can only hope and pray, man, that this man learns his lesson. Maybe not even more so learn his lesson, but gets a lesson taught to him over and over and over again. And I have a PSA to the guys that he runs into while incarcerated, right? Just one PSA. Do not take it easy. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in. That's the betterment of all people. Let me know what you guys think, man. Do you think this is normal? What's the longest you've seen someone sit in county after being, sentenced? Usually it's within the month, man. And I know I'm going a little too early on this one, but I want to see this fucker get there and get beat up. Pensa, just what it is. This video is being sponsored by Barrio Liquors. If you're in the Turlock, California area, ever in the barrio, he just restocked on all the icy cold ones for the holiday season. Tap in on Thanksgiving. Go get you some turkey. Go get you a pisto. Go meet the homeboy Lali. Bang, bang. Barrio Liquors gang. Let's go.